Hey there, it's Robert Trujillo from Metallica, and you are watching the CW in Washington, which kicks ass. Yeah.
You guys just released, well, back in November, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. How excited are you for this tour? You're kicking it off tonight, right?
It's very exciting. You know, for us, it's kind of like this first step. We haven't played in the States in this setting, like a stadium sort of tour proper. It's been over 10 years, so there's, you know, I mean, I don't want to say anxiety. It's not like, you know, we're nervous that way. It's just, it's excitement, but it's also uncharted territory because there's some things that we haven't done yet that we're going to be doing tonight, and that's, you know, exciting, but also makes you a little nervous in a good way.
Yeah. Is there like one album or one song in particular that really stands out to you personally?
Well, you know, I think with every album there's a song that, you know, or sometimes there's more, obviously more than one or two songs. With Metallica it's hard. I tend to like it all, but the older stuff, when we get into the deeper cuts, it really excites me personally. Like there's a song called Freight Ends of Sanity off And Justice for All that I really enjoyed playing a couple years ago. It had never been played live before. Maybe it'll never be played again live in the future, but it was a moment for me personally because when I first joined the band, it was a song that I thought would be really cool that if someday we were to play that, and we did, so that was a personal goal, especially after spending 8 years on it on my own, you know, and then having the guys embrace it. Other than that, you know, I mean, I enjoy it all, you know. There's songs off the new album that I'm looking forward to playing live. You know, a song like Spit Out the Bone is really cool. I like Confusion, you know, Atlas. You know, everybody seems to be embracing the new songs, which is always great. When you have a new record, you want your fan base and, you know, and new fans too, to embrace the music, the new music. So rather than, you know, constantly playing the classics and the Sandmans and the you know, and the Master of Puppets, it's nice to be able to get into some new songs, for us at least, you know. We like to challenge ourselves, and having new material and presenting it to the world is fun and exciting and fresh. So we're looking forward to that part of this tour as well. It's exciting for me too because there's more vocal involvement for me. Like there's never been an album where I've had to sort of sing this much, and so it's a personal challenge, and that to me makes it pretty interesting as well.
Cool. And you were just in South America with your son, who opened for Korn, which is crazy, and you must be so proud.
Yeah.
But how are like the fans over there compared to over here?
Well, we'll see what happens tonight. But you know, as a lot of people know, when you get down into South America, you know, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, a lot of these places, there's just a lot of passion, you know. Mexico City, they could be some of the craziest fans for Metallica right now. It's kind of crazy because we tend to, at least on this tour, we kind of started and kicked everything off down there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the production that we have tonight, we were testing in Mexico City. And that's kind of crazy, you know, in front of 80,000 crazy fans. You know, it's kind of like jump in the water and swim, you know, just get in there and get down and dirty with it. And even for my son Ty with Korn, I was amazed at the level of passion for that band, and also how physical that band is, and how physical my son was. And you know, it was nerve-wracking for me because I didn't know what to expect. I'm thinking, well, I hope he doesn't get sick. I hope you know, he's playing 90 minutes, and it was a very, very new experience for me. And he was fearless, and they even have these improvisational moments in their show, and he was doing stuff that I was like, whoa, that's amazing, because I would never think of him doing that. He's not traditionally a 5-string bass player, and he likes slapping, but it's kind of not totally his thing. So he was just covering in getting into new territory as a player, and you know, he'd get off stage and he's still a 12-year-old. You know, it's just like, so for me it was a bonding experience too, because I was really like, you know, of course his father, but also like a tour assistant, and you know, it's kind of humbling. You know, you come into a situation like Metallica, but you know, you're on tour with this other band, and you're there for your son, and you know, washing clothes by hand in the hotel room. But if anything, it's a great statement for young people, because I believe in rock and roll and heavy music in general. There needs to be a movement from the youth, and he proved to the world that at 12 years old he could do it legitimately as good as any adult, and I mean, even physically, I was like, I don't know if I could do that, you know? I don't know if my neck could do that. So I was impressed with him on a lot of different levels, and the fact that I didn't help him with anything. I mean, he did it all on his own. It was really impressive. It's just crazy. It's like, you know, focus, dedication, and hard work,
For sure.
for him,
How do you stay healthy on the road? Have you got like a guide?
Yeah, you know, as we get a little older, you know, we got to listen to our bodies, and you know, we train. You know, we have our own thing that we do. You know, to get through this and to dive into a tour like this. It's a big stage. It's very physical. So you know, it's nice to have fun and drink and all that, but you know, you got to kind of gauge it.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So that's kind of where things are right now. It's all transition, and you just have to figure out what's good for you and what works for you, and what you need to do to get through a 2-hour show at our age. But the craziest thing about our situation is I feel creatively we're kind of on a high, you know, we're with this new record, and the fact that we don't have a shortage of riffs or ideas.
Sure.
That's pretty good, because usually at a certain point in your career as a band, you run out of ideas, and we don't seem to have a shortage of that. Our problem is like kind of figuring out what we're not going to use, and usually those ideas are great too. So so that's good. That's a good thing.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to catching us later tonight.
All right, cool.